You got me to the boiling point, brother!
I found this today.
Uh-oh.
For years, I've had one major complaint about Skyrim. Sure, the ageless and vengeful dragons that haunt its skies and terrorize its villages are intimidating, but they lack a certain down-home appeal. They can cook me to the bones, but can they cook me a toothsome bowl of Skyline chili? I think not. That changes today. The All Dragons All Ohio mod from Trainwiz is finally here to fulfill all of our homespun dreams by converting every last one of Skyrim's dragons into the literal state of Ohio. Thrill as the Buckeye State crashes to the ground and roasts your allies. Marvel at the irony of the birthplace of aviation putting so many people in the ground. Try to avoid being crushed beneath the terrible weight of Greater Cleveland. That was from
I have seen those pictures of that
PCGamer.com.
mod. It is glorious.
I was just excited that I thought I could finally get a Skyrim job.
Well, not in today's economy.
There's actually a lot of Skyrim jobs. You just
Really?
you just gotta find them.
You gotta work hard enough.
Yeah,
Gotta search.
you gotta
Got
find
a
someone
Skyrim
that's
hustle.
you gotta find someone that's down.
Indeed. And get consent. That is
Yes.
important.
Always.
That is important.
You know what the unfortunate thing is you introduce the great state of Ohio into Skyrim, and LeBron James has stopped playing the game.
That's
Throws his
abandoned
controller
it
down,
one
and
more
that's
time.
the last straw.
It's like, I told you, I was only going to win you one championship. Now you're fucked.
I just truly can't believe how many times Skyrim has been remade at this point. And the modding community, that's different, but like, there's a PS5 upgrade of Skyrim, and
Well,
it's
of course.
just the same graphics.
Huh. You
they
can
make
play
it
it on your
easier yet?
refrigerator.
You can actually play it on a refrigerator. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
You cannot eclipse perfection. If we've proven nothing else, then I will say, by the eternal, behold.
Behold!
It's the Disinformed podcast, perfectly executed as always. I'm Shane.
I'm fucking John.
I'm fucking Michael.
I'm Courtney?
I was about to say somebody's got to, I suppose, but if you fuck yourselves, it's probably better.
Yeah,
No blowback.
someone else.
I'm kicking my ass.
I'm kicking my own ass.
Yeah, collateral damage be damned. I'm just going to take care of this problem. If the cockroaches can start killing themselves, then it's going to be a much braver world.
You know, it was an okay movie, but I kind of preferred Last Action Hero. You know, to
I
Collateral
agree.
Damage.
Yes, Collateral was not the, or Collateral Damage was not the greatest of all the Schwarzenegger oeuvre.
No, it's not.
The Kindergarten Cop, hands down.
I mean, speaking of eclipsing, like, how do you get better than pumping iron?
Eraser.
Exactly, from Kindergarten Cop.
Do you know what this is? It's a snow cone maker.
These
Sorry,
are all
Courtney.
these are all
What?
movie references.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're the ones Michael gets.
Ew, that makes it worse.
I'm a purveyor of beautiful cinema like Kindergarten Cop.
All right, prove me right. Name 5 Schwarzenegger films right now.
Yeah, please.
Predator,
One,
Kindergarten Cop,
2,
Terminator.
3.
I'm not going to name all the other Terminators.
You can't do sequels.
The,
I'm not.
the Expendables. The Expendables.
Okay.
Wow.
No, there was
One
another
more.
one that I used
Bring
to
it
throw
home.
him in. Oh,
We also mentioned other ones in the course of this discussion.
I
that
know,
You
I know,
Isn't
I know.
it weird when he doesn't name the
I have
one that you want
I
to
have
hear?
the attention span of a dead goldfish. I've already forgotten what I'm doing.
Okay.
I can't get a fifth one.
Okay.
You're kidding me.
Okay.
On the show where we purportedly tell true lies, you can't give me another Schwarzenegger film.
Oh, as soon as you say it, I'm going to kick myself. If you say
Yeah,
even
it's
one
strange
other one.
you say that, but
Man,
yeah.
I really feel like this is the end of days, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
It's probably just the pressure, but I'm literally drawing a blank.
Are you? In fact.
I am
no
basically
way.
I'm
Yeah.
basically
This isn't
terminated.
happening.
Okay, Michael, maybe if you think hard enough, you'll get Total Recall.
Oh,
And you
shit, you're right. You're right. Oh, because the scene at the very end where they're in Mars and their eyes are bugging out because of the pressure, that gets me every time because it's just so grotesque.
I
just
hate to
want
steal your bit, John, but
Oh.
isn't he lovely?
I can guarantee there was a
The
handful
one
of
with him and Danny DeVito.
You
brothers?
said twins already,
Twins?
you stupid shit.
I did not
I
say
don't know
twins.
if he did.
I didn't say twins.
No,
No, I
she's
said
gaslighting
kindergarten
you.
cop, predator.
No.
He failed so hard that now he has to
I
be
said
gaslit.
old action movies, and then I said, well, I guess kindergarten. No.
You couldn't even throw Commando in there. I mean, what the hell's going on here?
Wow, that was okay. Completely being honest here, I confused the two. I was thinking Commando with all
And
the
you
bad
said Predator?
puns, and I said Predator. You
You
need
still
to
nailed it,
chill. Like yeah,
I
exactly.
just want you to know,
I'm disappointed in
Michael,
myself.
there is at least a handful of listeners right now that have been screaming. I can feel Dewan killing you with his mind right now.
I mean, there is
You're
a
gonna
reason why my
appreciate it.
name is a disappointment because
Yes.
I continue to prove that I am, in fact, a disappointment.
And you have difficulty with critical listening skills, but you'll hear it all in the edit, I'm sure, as you go back and
can't
re-listen.
wait. It'll be
Yeah,
on TikTok.
you're gonna be
it'll
kicking
a
yourself.
Short.
Yeah.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Also, speaking of Dewan, he's interviewing artists now. Just a quick, good job, Dewan, for a publication called Wastoids. He just interviewed a dude named Dallas Hollow, and it was a crazy good interview. So good job, Dewan. Just wanted to throw that. I wanted to
Sweet.
squeeze that in there so tight.
You squeeze that into his Dallas Hollow, he's going to be Austin full. Eh?
Well,
That was.
Or how about San Antonio Skirt?
Oh!
How about-
Yeah, thank
how
you,
about
Courtney.
Detroit Smash?
That Detroit
Well-
isn't in Texas.
If you're measuring by John distance, it sure
Oh,
is.
you're right. That's practically next door. You can see Russia from their backyard.
That's
I'm
how
a-
he's officially found the clitoris finally.
I'm an absolute goddamn treasure to be on road trips with because I'm so
My
optimistic.
journey has taken me to Detroit, Texas to figure out the location of the clitoris.
Good old Texas, the Sunshine State. Okay.
Is that why they
Well.
call Minneapolis tits the Windy City?
John sees hole in the ground. Is this the Grand Canyon?
You know, I didn't realize that Tallahassee, Wisconsin was this warm, but it's so strange.
This is going to be a fun day, isn't it?
Indeed.
No.
And speaking about a state of confusion, what we typically do on this show is we delve into random esoteric topics. And in the course of explaining them to one another, we lie occasionally, just like we did in the last 5 minutes, apparently. But we do take stabs to try to figure out what's being fibbed about by the presenter. But even if we don't get it, there's a denouement at the end of the episode where we explain what was being bent slightly, twisted into an askew position
In a
for
place
your
that might
amusement.
Surprise you, actually. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Indeed is my favorite buzzword. Having listened to the last several episodes, that's I should be sponsored by Indeed, and I forgot that it's a professional wrestling shtick, and so it's like Sean Connery before me, just injected into my ears, and I can't get away from it.
Indeed.
Like a spiky kangaroo. So, this is in fact the end of season 3 for those who are playing the home game, because I am, of course, the arbiter of all of our material here. And we're very excited, but true to form, yesterday, John proposed that we have a guest involved. Apropos of nothing, and then started the episode. So I'm just trying to figure out other ways that we can kill this thing before it spreads.
There you
Silence is helpful.
Yep.
I got
That's the one.
nothing.
Okay, as per usual. And
go. Ways to
Just
kill
falling
this
flat.
episode?
as I was the one who remembered this, and it had occurred to me prior to this, Courtney is going to be presenting a topic that is not going to be lambasting us for how poorly we host this show.
Aw.
And I'm
Which is
a little
really
disappointed.
disappointing.
Yes.
We want
Yeah.
a roast part 2.
Shane wants
I-
one thing, and it's disgusting.
Bad Shane.
Ooh.
And I'll
We'll
actually do
work
it
on
this
that
evening. Hand
For,
check.
future.
So you get to button this season up quite nicely.
I'm
So I hope
so
this is well
sad
seasoned.
that I wasn't paying attention. But I will work on roast part 2 because I think that's needed.
I mean, admittedly, it is a weird place, like numbering seasons when you do a weekly show.
Yeah.
Like, okay, 52 kind of makes sense, but we were also celebrating at 50, essentially. And then you get to episode 100, and you're like, yeah, but really it's 104 was technically the end of season 2. So, yeah, now that we're...
just like triple digits felt like a big deal. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's where every other podcast now is like celebrating is on like the next triple, every 100 episodes. But I like this kind of, check in, the halfway point.
Well, also, it's just, since I'm numerically making sure that we're staying in season arcs now, because we're actually reporting those things, which if you've noticed, if you are following on iTunes, for all 4 of you that are following along here on our Apple feed, we do actually have dedicated seasons since we've updated and moved into our new platform. So that's exciting.
Nice.
Yes.
Are we going to pick a theme for season 4?
Yes, destruction.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's perfect because you can swim.
I can, in fact.
swim. It is known.
I didn't say indeed, so I'm proud of myself.
Absolutely.
But Courtney, what are we going to chat about instead?
Maybe this will be fine. It may be a good one to end on for this season because I feel like my last few episodes have been like kind of soft and kind of just like mellow and like, like we need to kind of get a little more edgy.
Are you impugning the poor pandas again by saying that you were being soft?
I was like, I don't think that milk episode was soft at all.
Do you know how long ago that was?
That was like in the 20s. I guess that was like half a year ago. Wow.
It was like 4 years ago, Michael.
It feels like it. Shit.
But I was thinking, like, for this week, like, I wanted to get, like, a little more hardcore and, like, accidentally pick something gross like Michael always does. Or, like, include murder because that's, like, a Shane thing. And then just make it metal so that John will enjoy it. And just,
This is a great end to season 3.
You don't know what the topic is yet.
I don't care. It's perfect.
You can't bottom out Michael. He's bottomed out from birth.
And I only talk about murder because it's a, degree of self-flagellation.
And I am excited to hear your stories.
Most metal ever.
I was waiting for you, Shane, to say that you talk about murder because it's a national pastime. For some reason, I felt like that was the next thing. But
God, I wish that were
wrong.
true.
Okay, rewind the fucking tape. I like murder because it's a national pastime.
Survey says. I like murder because of the taste.
Good taste. Marinated.
No.
Mwah.
Less filling.
True.
So we're going to talk about what I think is the most metal thing ever. We're talking about carnivorous plants.
Oh, sick.
Ooh.
So, I titled this section for Michael. This section's called Feed Me, Seymore. Michael, do you know that reference?
Yes, that's from Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of
Horrors. Sorry.
No,
Sex
you
workers.
you did appropriately emphasize that.
And then
for
you
once.
repeated it incorrectly.
The disappointment spreads.
You wanted to
Yes,
be wrong
just like-
so bad.
It spreads like a penis flytrap.
That's what it's called.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It is known.
It is when I'm around.
Obviously, because I wanted to make a direct nod to the first season, I only put in 3 lies. That was totally intentional. I planned for this.
Okay, well, as I'm presenting for the first episodes of season 4, I will make up for your shortfall. Guaranteed.
Oh, no. I'm scared.
That's the movie, right? Because it's 3 seasons in a movie.
Yep. It's going to be our first 8-hour episode.
Yes.
That's
Give it
that's
to
the
me.
theme of season 4.
It's just 8-hour episodes every
I'm just
week.
going to keep talking.
More pain.
Yep.
Uh,
More pain, less gain.
I dare you to fucking listen to the whole episode in one sitting. You won't, pussy.
I know I won't.
Nope.
I'm the editor, and I sure as hell won't.
What else is new?
Yeah, true.
So the reason that this came up is actually this year a new species of carnivorous plants was found in Borneo, and I'm a little nerd person who really enjoys all things nature, and since the whole purpose of the show is having a captive audience to talk about my special interest, you're welcome.
Well, you actually have like a whole shelf in your apartment. Like you have a plant ecosystem in there.
Yes, I bought grow lights so that I could grow my plants into their nice deaths because I can't keep them alive. It was very good.
Michael can relate.
I should not be allowed to own plants, but that's besides the point. So as we all know, carnivorous plants are carnivores, as the name entails. They eat other things
Bullshit.
that are not. This is true.
I disagree.
They will eat insects, they'll eat small mammals, they'll eat anything that they can get a hold of.
So I'm a carnivorous plant?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. Are there really like carnivorous plants that are big enough to eat small mammals?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Go learn today, son.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
apparently.
Kicks ass.
So essentially the reason they do this is these plants kind of grew and adapted to eat more bugs and small mammals as a way to like quell populations, because essentially in the area where these plants grow, they become really overpopulated with different bugs. And so as an extra source of nutrition, they can eat them.
So M. Night Shyamalan was right.
He always is.
Happening was always true.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
What? No.
No. It's the wind!
Not the wind.
It's just Mark Wahlberg's gas.
Nope.
Even
Just
more reason
Chuck.
to run away.
Just Chuck Testa.
Actually, I wouldn't mind to see that remake where it's just Chuck Testa getting people to jump off of buildings and stuff.
I won't be beat.
What?
And I will stuff your family members.
No. So these plants, they grow in places like bogs, sandy banks. Something called unproductive lakes was quoted in one of my articles. I don't know what that means, nor did I take the time to look it up. So I'll leave that to your imagination.
It's
Like
a lake
Michigan?
that doesn't do anything with its life. It's just unproductive. It's a lazy lake.
I'll tell you the same thing I'm sure I told your father. Get a job, sir.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, yes, fuck it.
Old man told me I could take any rug in the house.
So obviously, my little nod to Little Shop of Horrors. We know that Audrey 2 is inspired by Venus flytrap, which is probably the most well-known of the carnivorous plants. Another famous carnivorous plant is actually the piranha plant from all the Mario games. That's also based off of the Venus flytrap.
It's your Venus, it's your fire, your desire.
There he is.
Oh no. And then I think this is going to be mostly for Michael, but Victory Bell from Pokemon is a carnivorous plant.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I forget the genus or the species, but they're supposed to be like, they have like really...
It's a pitcher plant, and we're going to talk about them because they're very cool. They're my favorite, and I think John is really going to love them for some reason.
Well, I'm just going to say this for the first time ever on this show. Y'all can suck my Pokeballs.
I think that is the first time he said that. Huh.
Present them.
Present. I have 6 Pokeballs at any given time.
Gotta get
What?
'em all?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
How long is it going to take to fix what God screwed up with you?
I don't think time lasts that long. That's
Hard
the heat death
reboot.
of the universe.
We have to push him into one of those black holes that he's been eyeing this whole time.
Well, God told
Here's
me there
hoping.
won't be a heat death to the universe. We just gonna keep on expanding. Gotta spread God's love to every corner of the galaxy, like the Empire.
Oh no.
I don't know where we stumbled, but I am scared and horny.
Now you know what it's like to feed Michael.
Isn't it strange, though, that the Intergalactic Senate and the U.S. Senate bear such a striking resemblance to one another these days?
All the power. All the trade deals. Ooh.
I just see Matt Gaetz just looking at people like, wipe them out. Oh, love them. You can't pay a 17-year-old girl to suck your dick. It's not legal. I'll make it legal.
I am the Senate.
There you go. I am the Senate.
I hate it here.
Sorry.
That gives Star
We
Wars,
all do.
that gives the prequels way more context than you need.
We have been very down with the Force of the past couple of months, I think.
Indeed. I'm going to start putting like a fucking penny in a jar whenever I do that. It's
Instead of a swear jar. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes. But I have seen Lauren Boebert, so we've represented Jar Jar Binks in the Senate.
Darth Jar Jar Binks, too, while you're at it.
Yep, that's absolutely correct.
Ugh.
All right, sorry, moving on. No more political commentary from me today.
Or Star Wars. No, we can still do Star Wars.
Except if we are covering man-eating plants, then Marjorie Treason Green is covered. So.
What's a dissident?
The gazpacho policeman.
Ooh, and she. Now that I'm thinking of this,
My
you know,
favorite.
the Death Star might be a space laser created by a particular individual's, you know, ethnic group.
You're right.
According
It
to
all
her.
makes sense.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, moving on.
That's funny because I found a whole list of video games and movies that also reference carnivorous plants, but I know you guys don't really care about those things, so I didn't bother to include them. I didn't want to bore you.
Oh, I see. Well, the Sarlacc pit technically would also count, I suppose.
Would it?
Colloquially
know
referred to as the Pit of Carcoon.
Or John's ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
You're not wrong. Darth Clitoris is represented here.
This makes a lot of sense, yeah.
I can say that now because she's blocked me on socials again.
Oh,
We're
I thought you were
back
gonna
in
say
business,
because
boys.
she's dead. I swear I thought you were going to be like, and I can say that because
Michael!
she's dead now. I'm like, whoa.
She's not dead. She's slowly being digested over a course of several thousand years.
And also, I'm so sorry.
True.
We need to get back on topic, but I need to clarify quickly. Me saying she's blocked me again makes it sound like I've
You
been on
did
like some
something?
that I've been like on this like mission of like, come on, bitch. But
Block
that's not
me.
what it is.
Do
Don't
what you
pretend you haven't.
That was a different, meaner me. I'm a
Oh, I thought you were
kinder.
going to say that was a different X.
I'm a kinder, gentler me now.
Oh, I see.
It's worked so well for Shane. I need to try it.
Bullshit? Is this one of the lies?
Well, I hope something great happens to her this week, which technically I already did.
Well, she doesn't have to see my posts.
One less awful feed to worry about on TikTok.
Oh.
Oh, that would be a curation. I don't curate anymore. No one appreciates my gifts. I don't have Courtney's gift for curations.
Oh boy. Well,
I heard that like air sound of like brakes being rapidly slammed there.
Me?
No, the show.
Oh, yeah. I do that a lot. It's called lack of social awareness.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's why Michael and I get along.
Yeah? Yeah?
Michael and I in a bar is very fun.
You can't touch me there without permission. I'm sorry, I don't understand social cues.
That's not quite it, but if we're talking
That's why
about
we
me to
can't
Michael,
go to that bar downtown anymore. So,
yeah.
oh
that's
my
true.
god.
It was the worst of times. It was the worst of times.
Why? But why do I have the right to consult an attorney?
Speaking of consulting an attorney, tell me more about these potentially illegal plants.
The best part is the next paragraph is actually just a sidebar of something that I found while I was doing research. So this is great.
Ooh, okay.
So while I was, typing away in Google, you know how it gives you those like suggested like questions to look up and then you like click and it brings up the box?
Why does this always say gaping in here?
I don't even type that word anymore.
So while I was searching, I was looking up, like, I wanted to find a list of, like, small mammals that they knew had been, like, consumed by these plants, that sort of thing. So then the
Hamsters?
question pops up. Exactly. It said, can plants fart? And I was like, obviously I have to click on this. Like, this is, I have to.
Yeah.
Well, God
I would
damn
be
it,
doing-
woman, what's the answer?
I would be doing this podcast a disservice if I didn't know.
Indeed.
True. True.
And honestly, like, I've never wondered that. And I think if somebody asked me, I would have been like, no, obviously they can't. So just so that you all know, according to sciencepodcastforkids.com, plants cannot fart because they don't have anuses.
Yes, but can they burp
But can their soul fart?
or that? Both
The soul
equally
has an
valid
anus.
questions.
I think that's more of a spiritual question. I didn't really look into any of that.
No, a spherical question.
It depends on what caliber the soul is.
Oh, yes, that's true. Mhm.
And thank God they can't fart, because that would just be one more thing for the Democratic Party to worry about destroying our atmosphere.
And the thing, yeah, also, like, I was prepared fully for you to be like, yeah, technically the emissions from plants, that's them farting, and we all just breathe farts. That's
Yeah,
how
like
we
the
live. is
oxygen
from-
production is like their farts.
yeah,
I mean,
and the plants are their dollars.
So we are all just dirty, dirty little fart breathers.
Yeah.
I think that's what we've learned here.
All right. I look forward to hearing how this works out in John's future bedroom forays.
I mean,
you
nothing's
walk
changed.
into his room, he's just got a boatload of plants just lining every single wall.
You dirty little fart breather. Yeah.
Breathing them farts.
Block me on social media. I dare you.
If you want to get directly to my heart, just give me a bouquet of flowers inside of a twisted tea. Twisted tea is the vase. Bouquet of flowers. I'm yours.
That's beautiful.
Smash.
Smash.
Okay. So, carnivorous plants. They're basically found on every continent in some capacity. So I'll kind of run through some of my favorites, and then we're going to
Is
get
that
into
bullshit?
like... That's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Get out of here with that Antarctica bullshit.
There are no known species in Antarctica.
Well, yeah,
they are
yes,
still
yeah.
discovering species all over the world, which I think is very cool.
Yes.
They've made 2 of those movies. Three, technically.
Say what now?
Species.
Oh, is that the
3?
is that the thirst trap one?
Yes, I think so.
Aren't they all thirst trap movies?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean, this one was specifically, it was like Poison Ivy the movie, right?
There are 3 Poison Ivy movies as well, but that's an entirely different discussion.
No, I mean, like, I was trying to, like, make it
yeah,
so that
I had a
general
Drew
audience is
Barrymore fetish, okay? I'm not
Who
embarrassed
hasn't?
by
Who
it.
hasn't?
We've
Who
talked
hasn't?
about it. We've talked
And
about
Alyssa
it.
Milano was in the second one, which was really great. And then that weird girl from, oh no, it's that My Name is Earl.
Oh,
She was the co-star of that. She was in the third one.
Huh.
Jamie Presley?
There we go. Yeah.
Ding. My walking IMDb in my head's still working.
Props.
Moving on. Poison Ivy.
So the first one is Butterwort. It has a Latin name that I cannot pronounce, but the Latin name is Little Greasy One. So I think that's pretty good. And the leaves look like these little, like, fleshy, almost like succulent leaves, where they kind of feel like they're full of water. But instead of having, like, nice, smooth leaves, they have sticky leaves that basically catch bugs by their wings. And then the stickiness is actually, like, gut juice, to,
Hell
like,
yeah.
dissolve them. And then they die. And that's how that plant works, and it's very cool.
Okay, this sounds like something I need to consult a physician to treat.
Yeah, it's not
I got
good.
sticky leaves, man. I don't know what to do.
Clean up.
It's succulents.
Yum. Delicious. But the cool thing is, if you happen to have, like, an orchid garden and you have a pest problem, you can plant these as a companion plant, and it'll take care of your pest problem. So,
Oh, I hear they're good companion plants.
They do know how to suck. Never mind. How-
Thought you were going to say they had sticky fingers for your wallet, but
when you see
no,
you
I
know,
went hard in the paint.
You know, when you see like a video of someone doing a stunt, like a biker going off a ramp or whatever, and like you can see like in the last moment that they're like, I can't fucking do this. That's what you just did with speech. Like with your delivery, you're like, that's what I call a suck.
Suck. To see again, to back into where we were. Where are they native to?
So those ones are more of like tropical climates. What's really interesting about carnivorous plants is they actually do grow on every other continent except Antarctica.
Oh.
So there's like 66 species that are native just to the United States. And I think I get to it later, but as of right now, there's over 700 species that are known in the world, which is really cool.
And that's not bullshit?
That's not bullshit.
And they executed Order 66.
Everyone.
And how?
Indeed.
One of the prettier varietals are called Sundews, and they're also known as flypaper plants. And honestly, like, I don't know why we just don't have more of these types of plants around. But they come in all shapes and sizes, and they look like they're covered in, like, dew. But again, the dew is like a nectar that, like, dissolves bugs, which I think is, like, wonderful.
How do I get some of this distilled?
We're gonna get there, actually.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
I can link you to a website.
I'm excited.
Change your life.
I also come in all shapes and sizes.
Actually, facts, yeah.
It is known.
And unfortunately, it's going to be an ongoing thing. Everything in this episode is sticky. There was just no way around it.
Hot.
It's just the situation that we're in.
Michael likes that thick.
3 C's minimum.
The Cape Sundew would have to be my favorite of the Sundew group because it has these cute little tentacle-like leaves that have all these little like hairs on them, and all the hairs at the end have these dewdrops. And so when a bug comes up and touches this plant, the plant actually curls around and strangles the bug and then dissolves it with that sticky stuff on the outside.
That's called a relationship?
I was hoping you didn't realize it was a metaphor for my life.
Caught in the pre-cum.
The best part is like the dazzling digestive secretions. Like once they've done their work and they've sucked all the nutrients out of the bug, they just let go and the bug carcass just like falls to the ground unceremoniously.
Nice.
And like
Be
that's
gone,
the cycle of life.
Trash.
Be gone, thought.
It's kind of like after you eat fast food and then you feel bad about it, so you like kind of hide the trash. You just like throw it in the back seat. You're like, I didn't eat that.
I thought you were gonna say when you eat fast food and then you just shit your pants.
Same.
I was going to say, I don't know about you, but yeah, I proudly proclaim when I have consumed fast food. I'm required to by law.
Kicks in the door. I have eaten Taco Bell today.
That's how I live up to my sponsorship
I
contract.
can swim.
With all the nacho cheese they put on my crunch wrap, I can swim.
Oh, no.
I think you can float.
Oh, we all
float down here.
And the neat thing too about the Cape Sundew is it only takes them 6 hours to completely dissolve a bug from basically from the inside out, because they have these like the ends of the tip are like really red, and that's like where the most of the secretion comes out of, and that's what really gets in there and sucks the life out of the bug.
Red Rocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, after this section, I want to extol everyone to praise the Sundew.
Praise the Sundew.
Praise it.
Oh, I like it. I think, obviously, everyone knows the Venus flytrap. We talked about it a little before. But most people don't know that its common name comes from the famous painting by Sandro Botticelli, which is called The Birth of Venus. That is because of the clamshell that Venus is standing in. So when the Venus flytrap is open, it looks like 2 clamshells.
Yo, that's like a metaphor or something.
Yeah. And then there's something tasty in the middle, except, yeah. You're dying.
It's a pearl.
Yes, it is, Shane. Yes, it is.
It's a pearl of great price for all you Mormons out there.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Now that Planned Parenthood isn't in effect, it's real great price.
Oh no.
Google, what is soaking?
Oh no.
Well, there's that gaping search I had earlier.
It's believed that it's got its name because Venus is the Roman goddess associated with gardens and love and beauty, which from the outsider's standpoint, if you don't know what a Venus flytraps can do, they're kind of pretty to look at. And
Is
another
Venus
thing,
associated with gardens?
yes.
Huh. I did not know that. Sorry.
And the funny thing too is that not only is it called the Venus flytrap, but the genus name is Diane, which translates to daughter of Dion, which means Aphrodite. So weirdly enough, they've co-opted both like Greek and Roman mythology to name the one plant with the equivalents, which I thought was really cool.
That is interesting.
Purely due to its striking aesthetic similarity to lips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lips. That's what it is.
You know,
Lips.
the farmer.
I wasn't gonna say it, but thank you, Shane.
From the movies?
Michael, you good? You okay?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, I know your wedding's coming up, so we do have to have that talk, but
Yeah.
I hope that joke really hits you.
I mean, kissing is fun and all, so lips are okay.
Indeed, yes.
Yes.
That's true.
And Michael's favorite jewel song of all of them proudly proclaims that Venus de Milo in her half-baked shell. Okay, we're
They
moving
like
on.
shellfish?
John is the only Jewel fan on the call, I knew.
Yeah, I don't got that one.
Oof.
Well, dreams last for so long, even after you're gone.
Jewel.
So, Venus flytraps are native to North Carolina. For John, that's on the other side of Texas. Just
Is that
in
like-
case you didn't know, it's
45
near where the
minutes north of-
possums are, actually.
Startlingly close to Virginia.
45
Yeah.
minutes northeast of Flagstaff.
Exactly.
If you take off from the Flagstaff Airport Hair Care and Tire Center there, you can be there in 2 minutes.
You just
That's how
died.
he gets all of his directions from. It's how far away it is from Flagstaff.
Yeah, my relative distance is how far away from Flag is it?
It's like a 20-minute drive south by southeast of Flagstaff. So
If I can hitchhike from Yucca north, then I'm very happy.
Oh, Yucca. Oh, man. We can't even talk about that. That's too far away from Flagstaff.
Nope.
All right, I'm not going to correct him on
yeah,
this show. Yep. You can
Yeah,
also
I
have a
said-
Cornish
I said-
pasty while you're up there.
Yeah.
They're like neighbors. Yeah.
hmm
Can't believe I said Yucca,
so-
not Yuma. Anyway.
Okay, I guess you'll take the 310 back around, but so
don't
tell me
wanna.
about the fabled Carolinas and their myriad
Yeah, please.
mouth plants.
Please.
I think John will really like Venus flytraps because they only grow within a 75-mile radius of this one town. And so that's like a really good like directional guide for you.
Yeah, I need it to be as easy as throwing a dart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's totally what it is. So there's basically this city called Wilmington, and within 70 miles, that's where all the Venus flytraps grow. And it's the only place that they're native. And then outside of that, like, nope, you can grow them, but those are where all the wild ones are, which is cool.
I that would sound disingenuous, but it's so bizarre that it has to be true.
That is true. So obviously, the way that the flytrap works is it's got that really pretty red opening of the plant. And so when bugs see that, they think it's a flower, and it gives off a smell that there's like nectar inside. So bugs are like, sweet, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to eat, I'm going to get out. Except they don't get out, and that's really where the problem starts.
Yeah, it's like cheese on a board, man.
Yeah.
These hoes.
So once the feet of the bug essentially tap on the right sensors inside the leaves, it closes. And then they have these little hairs at the top that interlock, kind of like if you bring your hands together. And at that point, the stomach juices start to come out. And then over the course of 4 to 10 days, the thing that they ate is dissolved and digested.
I'm so aroused right now. I don't know why.
Which is really disturbing because obviously the bigger the thing they eat, the longer it's gonna take, and they're gonna feel it. Like there's no nice way to be eaten by a fly trap.
Man, this is just sludge metal as fuck.
Indeed. And,
She wasn't lying.
what's also disturbing is that I don't get it. Do you think maybe I could get it on credit?
He has a
Do you
body
think
on
maybe
credit. Yeah.
it could take control and I won't let it?
What?
I get stupefied.
Oh, okay.
That's the
You had to say those words.
I
and
do
was good.
occasionally have to throw out really, really horrible metal references just for John. So you're welcome.
My God. Fucking dickbag in that band. Jesus Christ.
I'm officially like the Venus flytrap is now my favorite flora on the planet.
Yeah.
No question.
It's your spirit plant.
Oh, I want to plant a spirit, but that's entirely different.
And the other thing to note about these plants is each of the traps can actually only eat probably like 4 times, and then it falls off and dies, and a new one grows to replace it.
Is that bullshit?
No, that's true. So the plant is constantly producing more of the traps, but like once they get used up, like they shrivel up and die, and it's time for the next one to be in charge of getting the food.
Okay, so it's basically like the flower of the plant.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and that kind of makes sense because it's like regurgitating like fluids that digest things. Like I can imagine that it wouldn't be good for the flower itself to be constantly subjected to that. So it makes sense that it would
if
just
I throw
cast
up
it
one
off
more
and-
time, I am gonna die. That is where we're at.
well, yeah, exactly. Your head will fall off and a new one will grow in its stead.
Exactly.
Link below for BetterHelp. It's our sponsor this week. And
I wish.
Indeed.
thank you. There's a supercut coming for TikTok that I'm sure is going to annoy me, but that's
that'll
life.
be wonderful.
Enjoy that.
And then another thing that's really interesting to me is another reason that they eat insects is because the soil that they're growing in is not nitrogen rich. So they have to eat the bugs to get the nitrogen, but otherwise they still get most of their energy from photosynthesis. So they're like other plants, but angry, which I appreciate.
Agreed.
Fly traps are actually a protected species because according to my research, it's sexy to steal things. It said it in the article multiple times that it was sexy to steal these plants. So if anyone's looking for a new hobby, maybe consider this.
So fucking hot.
Which is dramatically different because the first time I heard of a fly trap, I thought it was what happened when your, testicle skin was hanging out a little too loosely when you're trying to zip.
Oh God.
Oh man, that's
That is known.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
on the real though, that's the only downside to dressing up and like tucking your shirt in. I hate using the zipper to pee. Man, I really do.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to diagram your whole process then. If you don't have to use a zipper to pee normally, what happens?
Well, usually it's pants around the ankles.
Unbuckle the button, and you take your tiny little dick
Do
out.
all of your pants have buttons?
Most of them, unless it's like stretchy fabric, and then I just pull it down.
Are you still wearing the stuff they gave you from the state home when they released you, or?
It's quality materials.
It's comfy, man. Don't judge him for it.
You know how long it took me to acquire those? They're special edition.
Yeah, you got 5 pairs of sweatpants from the fucking Target. I got it.
Stitch Fix. Thank you very much.
It's hard to break those prison habits.
You know what? I won't be put on a fucking cross for this.
I mean, that pink underwear is very comfy. So
wait,
Yeah, and
Michael, You unbutton your button to pee, don't you? You don't just pull it through the zipper?
No, I don't.
You don't
unbutton.
Am I the
I don't
only
drop
one on
trowel.
this call that unbuttons? And like,
I do. Yeah, no, I definitely do.
Yeah,
Well,
but you don't got an external.
She makes a good point.
I mean,
Why?
it's
Because she's
you.
a woman?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna buy John one of those little plastic funnels that women have so they can pee standing
Oh,
up, just to
Shiwi?
make your life a little more comfortable.
is that why they've called me Shiwi my whole life?
It all makes sense now.
That is also my absolute favorite flavor of juice as well.
Well, if I had a bigger dick, I wouldn't have to go fishing through the zipper, and then I wouldn't want to unbutton. So maybe this is a liberal hoax. Maybe this is a soy boy problem.
Is your taint shrinking?
It's getting caught in the zipper.
Well, maybe it needs to shrink if the taint is getting caught in the zipper.
It just keeps growing.
Oh no, he's got the opposite of the problem.
This whole call's tainted.
We haven't even got to the worst part yet.
I'm ready for the worst part.
Oh, we'll get there. We got to talk about Flytrap some more first because they're
I'm ready.
interesting. So cute little fly traps, obviously because they grow in such a small area, like to get them, you either have to have some kind of permit or some kind of business, or if you own private property where they grow, you have access to those ones. But they have become a protected species because they were being poached and stolen in the hundreds, which really doesn't make sense to me because on the black market, they purportedly only sell for 25 cents each. So it really seems like a very low profit margin for a lot of work and the potential of a felony.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also something to be said that it's just members of the general public ambling into places and trying to find them for their own devices.
Sometimes there are actually known families who have the son has been arrested, the father has been arrested, and the grandfather has been arrested because it has been a family tradition to take them in the thousands.
It's how they
Fuck
lost their
you.
virginity.
Fuck your whole family. Bing bong.
One plant nursery that had been selling them legally was robbed of over 18,000 plants at one point,
Wow.
which was equal to about $65,000 worth of profits that they lost based on having these things stolen because they're so coveted.
Jesus.
But for so cheap, I'm
Well, it would
trying
have
to
been like
grapple with that.
$4,500 worth on the black market.
Like, you gotta hire the crew, you gotta get the equipment, all this other stuff, and it's like, yeah, man, after that heist, we're in the red.
That was like two guys in a pickup, Michael. This is not Ocean's
Michael's
11.
over here.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
even that, they're still
He's
in the
playing
red.
the
Like,
Italian
shit.
job. Like, you're supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
It sounds dangerously close to like a GTA 5 side quest.
Kind of.
That would be so funny.
Gotta go steal these cheap ass plants.
And you
sell
turn them
on
in
the
and get
black market.
$45 and like, what the fuck? One of the heist mates dies. Like
I spent 7 hours completing this mission.
You're just picking them up one by one.
it's like Indiana Jones getting taken out by diabetes.
I had 4 stars on my wanted level for like a half an hour. A helicopter was following me. 25 cents.
The article I read actually warned people against buying Venus flytraps from swap meets or from roadside stands because more than likely if you're in the Carolinas and somebody's selling them that way, they're probably stolen.
Oh, and Americans are squeamish about receiving stolen goods and property.
What? No.
Cops just resell it.
Or there was I think it was in the Czech Republic, there was a stolen sports car that was worth like $300,000, and when the Czech police got it back, they decided to turn it into a squad car. So now somebody's just driving around a sports car as their squad car. Very funny.
Fuck
Huh.
yeah.
So they chickadee checked it before they rickety wrecked it.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
So obviously, though, when you get them in other states, they have usually come from somebody who is not dealing them illegally. And like I mentioned before, they can be grown. There's a guy up in Oregon who actually farms them, and it's very cool. And so you might be wondering, like, why are they so desirable? Well, as Shane mentioned, he needs an extract of plant juices. And let me tell you, Carnivora.com would be happy to assist you in that.
Holy shit!
This company claims to produce a product from cloned plants. They say they are not stolen. Not stolen.
100%
cloned
not
plants.
stolen.
Where they produce a totally pure extract from the plants that costs about $45 an ounce. So it's totally legit, obviously. The product claims to improve libido. It claims to improve immune system. Also, claims to help prevent other diseases like cancer and herpes. So obviously, we should all be taking this.
Is herpes bullshit?
No.
What?
I was just hoping to like slather myself in this stuff and recreate the sticky bandits from Home Alone 2.
Fair. Super
well,
fair.
then you probably want to subscribe then and get on one of their programs where it tells you like what dose to take each day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really helpful.
I mean, I don't need to secrete to be sticky.
Facts.
True.
I learned this in my youth.
Belonged in a museum.
I'm not that old.
One of my favorite things about this product is it does say in the fine print that it should not be used to diagnose, treat, or prevent any diseases. So keep that in mind.
It
That's
prevents
only
all one of our
government
selling
telling him
points.
what he can't do.
Now the
Correct.
dumb liberal media says we have to put the warning label on here.
I thought after Trump's presidency, we didn't have to regulate nothing.
You're saying the quiet part loud.
Based on multiple articles that I read, there's very little evidence to back the claims that this does anything. The one doctor that was quoted in the article that I thought was most interesting said, like, I could prescribe you a whole dozen different things that might work, but at the right potency, like, you may not feel any of the effects, so don't waste your time.
I thought Joe Rogan took this in order to cure his COVID.
He probably did.
Probably at some point, yeah.
Fucking
Along with
reasonable.
DMT.
It probably shrinks your testicles back to normal size after you've had the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, so
where-
probably.
Where can you find that then? Like, where can I find something like that?
Carnivora.com.
Carnivora, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
We're
if-
sponsored by this.
If I wanted to know
Indeed.
where Joe Rogan would find it.
Oh, yeah. I'll ask my brother.
Technically, you
obviously-
find it on the mat after you're cleaning the blood up of your slain enemies.
Yeah, get your tactical bath as well.
It's important. It's not FDA approved. It's not tested by independent labs, shockingly.
Gasp.
We could do a whole episode, honestly, on dietary supplements because so many of them are very scary and a scam. So, I don't want to say do the research because that feels bad, but maybe do the research.
What if they were actually producing it and testing it at Hawkins Labs?
Ooh.
Maybe.
Good
Maybe.
Point. Good point.
It's the plant that bites back.
And then, of course, I mentioned before, too, at this point, if you are caught poaching Venus flytraps, you are facing felony charges and can spend up to 2 years in prison. So I did say it would be a good hobby, but there are some risks involved.
But it's sexy to steal.
It's sexy to steal.
It worked for Dorothea Puente.
And in addition to that, like, maybe you want to start your own extract company. Like that, you know?
Like
Already
Shane.
did.
Yeah.
Not the jars again.
Listen, they're very fetching. They come in an assortment of shades,
They do.
textures.
And sizes.
Uh-huh.
They do.
Great for the
Buy one for the whole
holidays.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's got a special scoop and everything.
It does.
Not all carnivorous plants rely on stickiness to capture their prey. Some actually use flowers to bring you in, and then the flowers will like close up, and then that's not good. Some of them are even coated with a slippery wax, and then the bugs slide down and fall into, one of them was called like an urn plant. So basically you just fall to your death.
Oh yeah, because you can't climb back out. It's supposed to be kind of like the pitcher plant, like you said before, but it's just you can't get out of it. Like for bugs that can't fly or something.
So right before you're walking by that, Marilyn Manson walks behind you and is like, "Don't fall."
To your point, Michael, they actually fall into a digestive liquid. So even if they have wings, their wings are going to be wet and they're going to drown and be digested. Which leads me to my favorite carnivorous plant, your favorite carnivorous plant by far, I'm positive. We're going to talk about pitcher plants because the pitcher plant is actually one of the new varietal that was just found is a member of the pitcher plant family, which is very cool.
I prefer the catcher plant personally, but
Me too.
Different strokes, different folks.
well, I top from the bottom.
Now you're here. Yeah.
Top it from the bottom now. Here. Top it from the bottom now. The whole team here. Oh, never mind.
There's
Continue.
your Yo MTV raps.
I've been dripping sticky from the start. I've been catching flies with my sticky hairy parts.
They're caffeine in that aha, Courtney. A little stimulant to get you through this.
Man, I'm just drinking some nice Kroger brand lemon lime seltzer.
Poor. She can't afford the fancy ones like LaCroix or Aha.
So if you drink, you drunk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pitcher plants. Damn near killed her plants.
Yes, exactly. No, really. So these plants have modified leaves that essentially create a pitfall trap, which they call the pitchers. So they're kind of like a tube, and then they have an opening at the top that almost looks like a flower. And then inside the base is where all the yummy, delicious digestive juices are for later times.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So essentially, the way these plants work is they do produce a nectar out of the top of the plant. And bugs are like, cool, dinner, this is great. I'm going to stop by. I'm going to drive through. I'm going to get some of this nectar. It's going to be great.
So the year is 2019.
And the plant's about to work.
They got to feed their families. I don't know what to tell you. So they get up there. They try to stand on the rim of the flower. And unfortunately, it's really slippery. And they fall into a vat of stomach juices and die.
Gotcha, bitch.
It's what's for dinner. This gave me like big Sweeney Todd vibes, I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole like let me lure you in and then I'm gonna kill you, but then also you're gonna give me more nutrients so I can lure the next one in. Really great.
Don't hurt me, but kill me.
So as I mentioned, this year in Borneo, scientists discovered a new species of the pitcher plant. Most species that they knew of prior grew out of moss, or they grew around the base of trees, areas where insects would be common, or even small mammals. If we decide to do it after dark today, I have a fun video for you guys from Zifranc, if you're familiar. He makes very funny animal videos.
YouTube typically censors, any videos showing things growing around the base of wood. So I'm not certain we can get that past the filters, but we'll try.
I think he has a couple million views. I think we're going to be okay. I think he'll let us. Whew. We'll get 3, but I think it's still worth our time to watch the video. It's very fun. So this new species, which they dubbed the Nepenthes Poodica, Poodica meaning bashful in Latin.
I disagree. Poodica, 619. All right. There's no other Rey Mysterio fans on the call, unfortunately.
No.
But somewhere, Dewan's laughing.
What?
Is the Latin bullshit?
No.
Okay, you didn't pull a Michael on me.
No.
All right.
So this is it's a bashful plant because they found that it grows underneath the ground, in the soil, which is something they didn't believe this species could do because it's open at the top. So obviously it would just fill with more soil. But this species has adapted to the point now where it sits in weight at an angle so that burrowing animals and burrowing types of insects just fall into the mouth and it gets eaten.
Huh.
This actually led them to discover a new type of worm that they didn't know existed because they pulled them out of the ground and were looking in to their pictures to see like what they were eating. And they were like, oh, we've never seen that before. But I do have to question if it was maybe just like a half dissolved normal worm. And they're like, oh, it's new. So
Fair.
We'll see what happens with that.
I was like, no, are these scientists from an Arizona university?
Valid.
That remains to be seen. I don't know. But these pictures can get up to 4 inches long, which is actually right about
Impressive.
the median size. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
4
that's actually,
pitcher
like,
plants.
That's normal. I'd say
It's
like
pretty
a normal
big.
size.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. Yeah, it's a pretty big size.
It's a normal. No, it's a pretty big. It's
Yeah.
a massive size.
They're not
yeah.
getting that caught in a button, I'll tell you that much.
No, never.
Well, it's not a fly trap. It's a pitcher.
Damn near killed her.
God.
Not with that 4 inches.
Especially with the 4 inches.
It's about how you use it.
Oh,
Tail.
we're just trying to trap worms.
Exactly.
Tail hue what?
Borneo is also home to the largest variety of pitcher plant. Unfortunately, bigger than 4 inches, so there's always room for growth.
I will not be intimidated.
Well, I wear tight pants.
And the largest species is called Nepenthes Raja, and this one has adapted to not only eat bugs, but it has started to form a symbiotic relationship with a tree shrew. And the way that it's done that is it has decided it wants to be a toilet for the tree shrew. So let me get into how this works. Essentially,
John, the color of
The
John's
Googling.
lighting suddenly changed.
Oh no!
You had my curiosity.
Now he's at attention.
this varietal has essentially eliminated the slippery rim of the pitcher so that the shrew can come and stand over it while it eats the nectar that it's producing.
I've seen this video.
Yes. I was afraid of that. Yes.
Hey, Snowball.
While the shrew is eating, for some reason, it has learned that it should also be shitting during that time.
Same.
So it really takes
Kill
the
two birds with one
the
spoon.
don't shit where you eat thing to no, actually do.
And sometimes you shit what you eat.
Yes,
I
exactly.
hope most times you shit what you eat.
So would you say that this plant has technically tamed the shrew?
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
Not a
And
lot
not-
of English majors
The-
floating
the
around
rep-
here.
That was
Not-
Shakespeare, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Taming of the Shrew. Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote some crazy shit.
Don't
yo.
insult Arizona universities while I'm on this call.
Oh, no, you can. Yeah.
Oh, I have.
Please, continue.
This is one of 3 species that has developed into a porta potty for shrews. Basically, this part of Borneo, for some reason in the forest there's not enough nutrients other than eating shit.
Porta potty for shrews. Isn't that a Rilo Kiley song? No one? Okay. Chris would probably like that one. Never mind.
No, I think it's technically the song is entitled Borneo If You're Horneo.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
It's the musical episode, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
I thought this was the musical reference episode where I didn't know any of them. I thought that's what we were
that's
going
every
for.
episode for me.
Oh, I never made
Every
it as a wise
episode.
man.
Oh, good. I know that one.
Ooh, fantastic. Yeah.
That's
Slater
terrible.
Kenny is going to release the shitpole shrew the other day, so I'm looking forward to it.
Scientists have also found that not only are shrews being catered to, but they've found another species, also a pitcher plant, that likes to set up for woolly bats. If you've never seen a woolly bat, please look up a woolly bat. It will make me happy to know that you know what a woolly bat looks like.
I feel like someone with the Pornhub proclivities of John might not want to look up a woolly bat.
That's a lot of pussy hair. What?
It's a trouser snake.
Oh no!
Aw, they're terrifying and gross. I love
They're so cute.
it. They're making the same face that my pug makes when it's happy.
Scientists are still trying to figure out how the shrew knew that it should be pooping into the open orifice of the pitcher plant. They haven't been able to determine how they figured it out or why.
Aggressive tongue action.
When you know, you know.
If it brings them back,
My milkshakes?
it brings all the shrews to the pitcher plant,
It brings all the shrews to poop.
and they're like, "Damn, it's better than the
Give
other
it up.
one on the
Just
other
let it
tree."
go.
Yeah.
Drop
It's
it.
dead. It's dead.
Drop it.
It's dead, Jim.
Essentially, though, what they're hypothesizing is that similar to the way that, like, when you're on a road trip and the sign's like rest stop closed and you keep driving and you find the next one, that somehow these plants have figured out to give off a signal of like, hey, like, I'm full, but that guy over there, like, he's hungry. So maybe go use him instead.
I'm tapping out. Greg, I'm stuffed. Jim is over there. He loves to eat shit.
It's tag team, man.
My eyes were bigger than my stomach.
It's a German adult film in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Brazilian, even.
Oh.
Oh.
No, this is Borneo.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Well, that is Brazil to him, essentially.
Oh, same. Obviously, they're neighbors.
Yeah, right next door. Yeah.
Starts
Relative
with a B.
neighbors. Yeah.
When you're in Borneo and you need some sugar, you walk right next door to Brazil and you get some.
That's because you're getting your Colombian coffee.
Much like
Mhm.
Michael, I'm amazed every day. You know.
Well, there's an island called Borneo. Whoa.
And much like me,
They have a South America?
you're a
Whoa.
maze every day.
And we got off track a little bit from my original script, but that
Oh,
is
no.
all I have for you today.
Yeah, we were tangent.
Things got a little mixed up, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that's a very brief overview of carnivorous plants. And if you don't watch the After Dark, we'll link the video of Zefranc talking about them because it's perfection. It's so funny.
Is that from?
I can't wait to show it to you guys. It's so good.
Well, that was enlightening.
Most definitely. And
What did-
stimulating.
What did we
Very.
miss?
Yeah. I have no stats.
Was the poop? The poop was bullshit, wasn't it?
oh now we're gonna
No, it was shrew shit, not bullshit.
Yes, shrew poop.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
shrew poop was
thank
all
you.
bullshit, wasn't it?
No!
I'm officially using that now whenever I want to call a lie. I'm just going to be like, that's shrew shit, isn't it?
No, that is all true, and it'll be in the video later. It's really enlightening. It's very
Okay,
good.
John's new hashtag is shrew me, daddy.
Whatever you want me to be.
I'll be the pitcher to your shrew.
I'm a little shrew shroom. I just eat shit and dwell in the dark.
Michael did get one. They're not found on every continent, at least not that we know of yet, although it's very unlikely that they're going to find any in Antarctica because they generally grow in tropical climates. I told you that they adapted to eat bugs due to overpopulation of bugs and pest species. That's not true. They had to adapt that because they were growing in harsh climates that did not provide enough nutrients from the soil. And so they had to get that nutrients another way, which was through eating bugs and mammals. And then my last lie was that the Venus flytrap gets its name from the Birth of Venus painting.
Oh,
that's not
Man, I
true.
wanted to call it too. I truly did.
It made sense. It made sense.
It looks like lips.
It made it made so much sense that it felt weird.
Though it is named after the Roman goddess Venus, I really couldn't find anything as to how they came up with that name. But I felt like the painting was a good fit, so I just threw that in there.
I just feel like the guy who found it was a pervert.
I mean, that's the only conclusion I can come to.
I mean, it did start the subreddit. Don't put your dick in that. So
Yeah.
And they were wrong.
hey, you have to put it in.
Shane
Hasn't
proved
fallen
them
off
wrong.
yet.
It hasn't. It won't.
It's just real mangled.
But it's still breathing.
And funnily enough, it secretes this weird little droplet, and then I can kill bugs with it.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing.
Thank you, Duncan Sheik. So, as always, Courtney, and I'm sure that the Tater will agree, you present marvelous and greatly enriching episodes.
Agreed.
That
Very educational.
cause an awful lot of sophomoric hijinks from the co-hosts of this show.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
But
want to educate you so bad. I'm willing to try so hard.
And you got to dumb it down to our level so we can understand easy.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
what
whoa,
better
whoa,
way
whoa.
than just,
Talk for yourself here.
okay, you dumb it down so that I can understand it easily. And what better way than just sophomoric humor? So
Yeah.
it's perfect.
At least I knew what I was getting into. I did use a lot of words that weren't necessary to get the point across.
Well, listen, I am a highbrow individual because my brow reaches all the way to my shoulders, so I can say that there is absolutely nothing sophomoric about my humor.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
So now the question becomes, as we crest into season 4, whether we want to take a page out of the Impractical Joker's playbook and
Although you're writing
start
me out, huh?
punishing the people who do not guess lies over the course of the episode.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
like the grand winner being the ones who guess lies, and then, the rest of us have to be punished somehow.
I like that idea.
Of course you do, Michael. It probably makes you horny.
Yeah. I'll take rank 4 of 4 out
You
of the
know,
gate.
I don't appreciate that tone. Of course it does. It probably makes you horny.
I mean,
Doesn't
she's
it?
not wrong.
Pervert. I mean, she's not, but she didn't have to say it like
Hand
that.
check.
It kind of hurt.
But because,
Oh, he has one. Okay.
I
because
have
she
two hands.
because she said it that way, you are now horny. It's established.
That is
That's why she didn't have to say it that way.
Dems the breaks.
I take it back. I don't
Okay.
wanna.
Let me carry the 2,
The math.
and then
Nixon's president.
the
Nixon is still president.
If I
Don't forget to incorporate
if I
that.
put a period inside of a pair of parentheses, it looks like a boob. Um,
And then don't forget the 5318008.
Nice.
boobs.
Thank you. Boobies.
The boobs.
Upside down on the calculator,
Boobs.
yeah.
Mega boob.
And that's season 4.
And that's my thought process. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so season 4 for a straight year, nothing but tits. All tits.
Well, I know Courtney and I are okay, but the other two, you're going to have to try
get
real
some.
hard.
Oh,
We just talk
no.
about tits and tit accessories.
All right.
Oh, so
Talking
you and
about
Michael are
pasties
the
next
accessories then?
Yep.
I am an accessory.
Please change all of your bios to tit accessories, please.
With links.
Oh, no.
By that, I mean a ring, but... Okay, well, since we've all suffered through that, like the ocarina of time, we are going to move on into phase 4 of this glorious show, where we cease to make any sense at all. It's going to be delightful.
This is now the multiverse.
So it's more of the same?
Yeah, you'd think. But,
We're going into the multiverse of madness, because that's phase 4 there, and it's phase 4 here. So...
yes, and we're all going to leave Thor.
Well, it hurts.
That's what
Yeah,
I've
because
heard.
you're leaving Thor. I
God damn
I
it.
did not
Your
execute that well,
timing,
I'm
as
sorry.
always, is incredible. But I want to say thank you to all of you marvelous folks for listening thus far in the record numbers that you continue to overwhelm and astonish us with. I have never been happier in my life opening up and just watching all those zeros.
Yeah.
You know, like a check with 7 of them, because that's what we get for our endorsement dollars.
It looks like our listenership numbers, it kind of looks like a tablature for a gent band. Just a
Looks like my
bunch
bank
of
account.
zeros and ones.
True on both counts.
That's what zeros and ones sounds like.
Okay. Now I know.
One more again, let me auto-tune it. Okay, so we've officially driven this thing into the ground, so I feel like we're ready to conclude. But as always, if you're appreciating what you hear here, you can give us a little like, subscribe, rate, and review. We would love to hear from you. Thank you to all of those who have been engaging with us on the socials. I'm talking to you, Jen. But it's immensely appreciated and a lot of fun. And if you want to interact with us, there is a link in the show notes below. You can click, find all of our irrelevant social information there. Also, of course, on the Tubes of View, you can follow up on this episode. We'll have an After Dark where we can watch this glorious video with all of the flesh-eating flora that you can handle. And other than that, I will impart, as always, that I hope something great happens to you today. And for the Disinformed podcast, this week, I'm Shane.
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
I was Courtney.
And zippity zoop, we're out of here.
Well seasoned.